Hi, I'm Steven. I'm one of the founders of CFU, and I'm excited to welcome you to our fantastic community. And what I want to do today is go through some of the trading systems and what your first 1 or 2 weeks will look like when you're with us. Our two main official trading systems that make it the easiest as possible for you to trade options with us is one, options action, and two, weekly income. We go through thorough analysis every week to provide the best trades possible for each system. They both have slightly different objectives. Options action is a little more aggressive. Weekly income is a little dialed down, but it does require more capital. You can see the performance of both systems here through 2023. We go through a three-step process when we select our stocks for trading options against them. We use fundamentals, technical analysis, and seasonal trends. When these three come together, it makes for a fantastic trade. When they scatter or when they don't or when they disagree with one another, that might be an opportunity to either skip the trade, don't look any further into it, or go into a bearish position. We do trade bullish, bearish, and neutral trades. The four main trading strategies that we use for both systems are put, credit, and debit spreads, call, credit, debit spreads, iron condor, and a poor man cover call. And like I was just saying, we use all three different sentiments when we trade. And to keep in mind, we are always hedged and we always take risk management very serious when we are trading. When you get started with us, here are our minimum requirements that I want you to have. I would love it if you had $10,000 USD. You need to also have option level 3, have a margin account, low or free commissions, and be familiar with entering limit orders. The margin account is critical. We're not going to borrow, we're not going to leverage your account, but what it does allow us to do is enable some new trading techniques and also allows you to obey some of the trading rules and laws that are in place that a cash account cannot obey. Options level 3, that allows you to use the 4 trading strategies that we went through. And it allows you to use fantastic limit orders to make sure that you're getting the most return for every trade that we enter into. At the very bottom here, you'll see the recommended capital that we have and the limits and minimum requirements for both systems there. If you don't meet the minimum capital, what you can start doing is just skip some of the trades that you don't truly agree with or mix and match from between the systems. A common question I get is, what's the difference between a full member and an options action member? Well, here's a chart that outlines the differences between the two membership levels. So options action gets you access to all of our official trading systems. Full membership gives you day trading, our daily option trades, webinars, and side hustles. Getting started simplified. So I know when you first join our Discord, it's going to seem a little overwhelming and you're not going to know where to start. This slide is to tell and share how to get started. I'm going to just make it full screen so that it's just a little bit easier to see. Number 1, this is where I want you to start first. Options action trading alerts. Number 1, it's right here in the options action room, and you're going to get a trade alert out of there on Monday night. Number 2 is where we share the results of that trade and share the strategy and talk about it and just as a community collaborate on that trade. Number 3, we're going to share daily open orders for every day that we trade. I will post in there the open orders that we have for the trades that we have that we're operating with, that we're entering into, or that we're trying to close out, because that's also very helpful to know how we're going to get out of this trade. Are we just going to let it expire worthless? Are we going to enter in a limit order to try and exit the trade? So this is where you'll find it there, number 3. And then number 4 is a trade book that we upload every Saturday morning. It gives you a full transparency of all of the trades that we've entered into, and we use legitimate fill order results to enter into that. So we're not just using the trade alerts that we used, we're using actual fill orders. Then you want to look at number 5, This is where you're going to see some fantastic trade alerts from our daily option traders, and you can really get to know some of the trading that's going on and just how fantastic it is. Number 6 and 7, this is just daily chatter on the stock market and the option market. And number 8, this is where you can request us to put a chart together for you. Please give us 24 to 48 hours to complete that chart and analysis for you. It does take some time. So if you're looking to do this within like a 5-minute or a 10-minute trading window, it's just not going to work. It takes us too much time. So just give us that leeway, 24 to 48 on that one. So this is the heart of CFU. These two groups here, this is our heart. If you wanted to know where to start with those. After you've been with us for a week or two, maybe 3, this is where you want to go next, is to look into weekly income and see some of the trades that we're executing there. You can, in your first week, begin to access and add those on, but sometimes maybe you want to give it a week or 2 before you get into it. Day trading, I'll let you decide if you want to join that and when you want to join that. If you can imagine, yes, it is very hands-on and things happen hour to hour. So you do need to have a high level of activity there. And then monthly stocks, once a month, we'll push out a recommended stock trade for you. But that can be, third on your list of things to do. The extras, if you do have a full membership, what you're going to want to do later on, maybe a month after, is look at our online reselling for Amazon, eBay flipping, Turo car rentals, look at the other past webinars, our written guides that we have. You can also talk about personal finance and then crypto staking and mining. Number 7, this is available to everyone. It's at the very bottom of all the channels that we have. And that's where you can find out how to better manage your membership. So say you want to upgrade to an annual, say you want to go to a lifetime membership, say you want to leave us a review, or heaven forbid, you want to cancel your membership. Number 7 here at the bottom has you covered. So just to simplify this down, just to absolute the very bare minimum. Number 1, options action trading. That's going to be Monday night. Likely you might be in bed by the time I publish the trade, but it's going to be ready for you Tuesday morning. Okay, so this is your first move. So start looking at those trades in there. I am the only one who's allowed to post in there. Number 2, look at the discussion that we have going on day to day during the market hours. Number 5, look over here during market hours and see what some of our best traders are trading for options. It is a very limited group who can post in there, and in order to post in there, they have to have proven themselves to be fantastic option traders. We are continually looking for not better because we have the best, but for more option traders to join us in there. So if you've been able to prove yourself over the last 4 to 6 months and you're like, hey, Steven, I want to join your Trade Alert team, give me a DM and we'll see if we can get you in there. This is our typical weekly schedule that we follow, and we do it repeatedly so it's consistent so that so everyone knows what's coming next. So trade alerts, this is done every single day that the market is open. Day trading, of course, follows the same cadence every single day. Once a month, we have a live webinar where we go through the market, we go through our open trades, and we open it up for an Ask Me Anything. You guys can come and ask us anything. Hopefully related to the markets and other things, but anything you guys want, we'll talk about it, I guess. This is option action and weekly income. This is the cadence that we use. So Tuesday, 2 hours before market open, is options action. Those are new trade alerts. Weekly income, that happens on Thursday morning, 2 hours before market open. Those are our new trade alerts. Now I say 2 hours before market open on both of them, but I do my absolute best to get those out by about midnight Eastern time, because I want you guys to have as much time as possible to evaluate the trade, see if you want in it or not, or maybe you don't and you just want to skip. You're like, I don't know, I don't think that works for me. Or you're like, yeah, that's a fantastic trade, I'm jumping in on that for sure. It also gives you time to slowly and methodically enter the trade with your brokerage, which is especially important when you're starting off. Roll trades, we'll get into that in a couple slides as to how we do those and why we do those. Our next trade alert. So for monthly stocks, once a month, we'll send out a stock trading alert that we think is important for everyone to know about. This weekly schedule is posted each week in the macro news channel. How a trade order works. This is what they look like. So you can see here, we posted this at 10:30 p.m. So this is well before the next morning. We gave you tons of time to evaluate, see if you wanted in, decide if you wanted in, and then enter the order if you thought you were going to participate with us. Most of the time, every member just jumps in and be like, yeah, let's go for it. Let's hit this. It's awesome. It's really cool to see. So we share the symbol of the stock that we're going to trade. We go over the company, the current market price, the sentiment, so the direction that we believe the stock will proceed in over the next short term. We share the option strategy that we're going to use. So on this one, we did an in the money call debit spread. And then we give a short little sentence here that I like a lot where it just kind of says, look, this is what we're doing. We're going to buy the 119 call, we're going to sell the 120 call for November 10, and we're going to ask for a limit order of 0.50 debit or less. And then we share the precise options that we're going to be trading. Those are the symbols. We go over the limit, the margin, the recommended margin. You'll notice the recommended margin is always higher than the minimum requirement. We do that so we have room to adjust or roll the trade. Again, rolling we're going to get into in a couple of slides, but I need to make sure you have some room so you can adjust the trade. Potential return on risk, and then the goal. What are we looking for? Well, we're looking for FI to get above 120 by November 10. After that, we go through the rationale of why we think this is a good trade. So we'll go over what the company does, what their last financials were, the seasonal analysis, and then we'll go through precise instructions on how to execute the trade. So we'll tell you, enter the order on Tuesday. If it does not fill by Wednesday close of trading, then we're going to start adjusting it on Thursday. We're going to start increasing the limit order. And then we're going to give you a precise limit as to where we stop. 0.57, do not go above that because that's our minimal acceptable risk reward entry point. Assignment risk, we always share this as well too. We want to share that with a debit position on this one, it carries no assignment risk that would not trigger immediate profit because we can just execute our our hedge against this and get full profit. However, on our credit spreads, there is assignment risk, and we clearly lay that out. TA chart or technical analysis chart, we go through how we see the stock trading over the last little bit and how we see it going forward. So we'll go over this one and say, hey, this had a head and shoulder pattern, or it had a bearish channel, or it's doing a reversal, or it's doing a wedge or a bull flag pattern. And so this is what we're looking at. So this is a fantastic way to learn charting and technical analysis as well. We do try to keep this as simple as possible because I don't want to have lines going all over the place. So if you think I'm not doing enough, well, it's because I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible so that everyone can understand and see the pattern. How to enter your trade. So this is how this is one of the biggest challenges I have with helping a community trade is everyone's coming in with different brokerages, different tools, and but we have to like try and give you excellent trades. At the end of the day, each brokerage has the exact same functionality. They just might label it differently. But they're all going to kind of look and feel the same, and they're also going to provide the same functionality. This is how our official brokerage for CFU looks like, sorry. First, we enter in the stock that we want to trade, and then number two, over here, we have to tell it, I want to do an option trade. Then we pick our strategy. This is called a vertical call. Yours may call it different. So you need to find out what your brokerage calls a spread. Next, after this, it's going to be a two-legged option trade. So we're going to buy one leg, and the number 9 down here, we're going to sell one leg. We tell it the expiration that we want to have. The strikes, number 6 and number 10, tell it the strikes that we want to buy and then the strike that we want to sell. And we're doing call options, and we tell it how many contracts that we want to sell and buy at the same time. Option trading often includes multiple screens. So down below, this is the second half of our order entry screen. I know it's crazy. So on here, it tells you what the prevailing market price is for that spread. We want to use a limit order. We always use limit orders. And we're going to tell it the amount that we are willing to pay. And then number 4 here, we want to make sure it's the DR for debit. If it was a credit spread, it would say CR. And we want to enter the order in as good to cancel or GTC. And then number 6, of course, we send it. Okay, rolling. We've talked about this. We've alluded to it a few times. We do roll our trades. This allows us to be able to hedge, position. Let me get the screen back so you can see me. No, wrong one. There we go. Okay, this allows us to hedge, roll, and change sentiment. So we've done our analysis. We picked a good company. Everything lined up for us, but something happened. There was a macro news event. Jay Powell said something that we didn't know was coming. A war broke out somewhere. And so we need to change our sentiment, or we need more time for it to play out. A rolling of a trade allows us to do that. You'll see over here, this is our instructions. We are quick, we are to the point, and because time is of the essence when we want to roll our trades. When do we do our rolls? They are usually on a Friday, and they come, weekly income is always first. They go by 1 p.m. Eastern, and options action is by 3 p.m. Eastern. They won't have the same level of analysis and detail as the new trade order, but that is done because we're just trying to get these out ASAP so as many members as possible can switch and adjust the trade. CFU is awesome. So this is the performance that we've had over our last 6 months from May through November. We produce consistent, profitable results. And our goal, like I said at the very beginning, is to make you money. I know your membership costs $50. I'm trying to put $500 into your pocket every month, and you can see the results here. These results here only reflect the results of options action. That's all. In the month of November, including weekly income, the results are already over $2,500. Closed profit. There's no swing in the equity. It's like profit. You got $2,500. One more I think thing I want to go over here is when you're starting with CFU, I know there's a lot coming at you all at the same time. Start slow. Go to those channels that I told you to absolutely start with. Those 1, 2, and 5. Remember those? You can go back into the presentation and look at those. 1, 2, and 5. Options action, the discussion room, and the trade alerts from our official traders. Start off nice and easy. 1 or 2 contracts, maybe 3. And then once you kind of see how everything works, you're like, oh, okay, I see how this is going to go. Yep, gotcha. Okay, let's run. Then you can up it. Do more contracts. Layer in weekly income. Take on more. CFU leadership. I just want to go through all the people that help manage, run, and execute on CFU. So I myself, my founder, Stephen CFU. Mark Russin from Russin Financial is also a founder, business famous. Kyle, Austin Dude. And then we also have 2 teachers, Uncommon Yield. He is primarily our day trader. And then Coach Mac, he also provides fantastic trade alerts in our trade alert section. And then we have 3 moderators who help us manage and deliver the service, Charlotte Williams, Josh, and Espana. This is our CFU trading account from May of this year until November of this year. It's fantastic. We have produced nearly 400% return in our trading account. And I hope to double your account within a year. And I'm excited that you're with us. I'm excited to begin trading with you. And I hope this video has been beneficial in getting you started. Please, I'm just going to re-emphasize it one more time. This is where you want to start. Oh, no, I went past it. Look at that. Here we go. This is the exact simplest way to start. You can mute channels if you're getting too chatty, you're like, this is overwhelming. And then you can also set notifications on the channels that are most valuable for you. Thank you for joining CFU. If you have any questions or you need to reach out, share them in our Discord, DM me if you like, and I'm happy that you're with us. And thanks for joining CFU. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks.